What an absolutely insane week of basketball the NBA just gave us.
Some impassioned conversation on the sideline.
NBA haters were punching the air all week long, and it was glorious. It's Super Bowl weekend, but all the buzz is on what we just saw from basketball's finest. This is all the good, the bad, and everything in between from this week, in all its glory.
Steph punched it. The ball can't be punched.
All right, GOATs, today we've got an awesome sponsor, Prize Picks, the ultimate destination for daily fantasy sports. If you think you know ball and want to turn your pocket change into serious cash, then Prize Picks has you covered. Here's how it works. You pick 2 to 6 players, decide if they are going to have more or less on their projected stats, and boom, you're basically a sports stockbroker without the boring spreadsheets. Think you know ball? Prove it. Right now, Prize Picks has Kyrie dropping 1.5 threes or less, which is a steal because in Uncle Drew's last 5 games, he's knocked down 3 to 4 threes per game. And this one is against the Pistons. And it's not just basketball. You can bet on baseball, MMA, golf. Heck, if they had competitive thumb wrestling, I'm sure they'd have that too. Sign up today at prizepicks.com or use code GOATED when you deposit $10. Play your first $5 and Prize Picks will hand you $50 instantly. Whether you win or lose, that's basically free money. Let's get paid. Chapter 1. Last Saturday. Ain't no way this is real. Saturday started the week with an absolute bombshell. The craziest trade in NBA history. One that nobody saw coming. Let me say this again. Luka Doncic is now a Los Angeles Laker. The entire basketball world collectively lost its mind.
They're still trying to figure it out.
That was fascinating.
And so it is a stunning development.
And respect to these Mavs fans for their dedication. Meanwhile, in Madison Square Garden, LeBron James was reminding the world that Father Time has officially been put in a chokehold.
It's a spin move and the finish. LeBron James throws it down. Lakers back up 9.
And of course, Chris Rock was in attendance, absolutely vibing to LeBron's ageless greatness.
James down the lane and down the hatch there. 28 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds.
LBJ hit the 2,500th three-pointer of his career and now ranks 7th all-time in that category.
12 here. James fires away and hits the 3. LeBron James now at 26.
But not all the news was good. OG Anunoby went down with a non-contact injury.
Something happened and immediately went down. He's going to go right back to the Knicks locker room.
As the Lakers took down the Knicks by 16 points. Over in Charlotte, Jamal Murray was repping the afro. And let's just say, the afro was afroing.
Reverse, coming underneath. Spin it up and in! What? Circus shot, Jamal Murray.
But let's talk about Nikola Jokic. At this point, he's just playing a completely different sport. If you've ever watched water polo, you'd recognize this man's passing ability immediately.
And Junior blocks Junior, long pass, water polo variety. Porter, slam dunk.
And of course, another day, another triple-double. His 22nd triple-double of the season. The Nuggets edged out the Hornets by 3 points, while Bam Adebayo called game.
In the Bam, got a fire for the win. Yes! A walk-off victory for Bam Adebayo and the Heat.
The Washington Wizards did the unthinkable. They actually won a basketball game. They snapped their brutal 16-game losing streak with a shocking win over the Timberwolves.
Win it. A 2 will tie. Walker for 3. Going for the win. And Washington, go crazy. Go nuts. The streak is over.
And Shaedon Sharpe reminded everyone why he might be the best dunker in the NBA.
The Suns afloat. Pick. Here he comes. Check the rear view. And a windmill. Cobra.
Chapter 2, Sunday night. No Luka, no hope, no chance. A 26-point comeback, a bloody face, and a 43-point blowout. Sunday night in the association was pure NBA carnage. In Philly, it looked like the Sixers were about to cruise to an easy win.
Gershon knocking it to Ricky. Ricky counts on the 4th. A write-in candidate for that slam dunk contest.
Guerschon Yabusele turned into a wild animal.
And 5 in his first 26 games. Uh-oh. Goal! Hanging in the loop.
But then the Celtics locked in.
Tatum blocks Tyrese's fadeaway three-point attempts.
Specifically Jason Tatum, who turned into a defensive demon. And just like that, the 26-point lead was gone.
Doesn't look tired there. Jason
Jason Tatum for three.
Then Derek White, after getting dunked on earlier, got his revenge.
Tatum right back to White, out of the double team for a three.
Philly's going to make sure Tatum does not beat the Celtics.
The Celtics took the W by 8 points. Meanwhile, in Milwaukee, things got brutal fast. First, Jaren Jackson Jr. took a nasty elbow to the face.
A left-hander, and he winds up shooting jumpers and shooting free throws with the right.
Then, G.G. Jackson made sure Giannis knew he wasn't getting anything easy at the rim. And as if that wasn't enough, Desmond Bane went into turbo mode.
Oops. Hey, excuse us.
The Grizzlies didn't just beat the Bucks, they bullied them on their home floor, taking a 13-point W over in Cleveland. It was just pure pain for Dallas. After the Luka trade, the Mavs looked like a team that just wanted to go home, and the Cavs did not take it easy on them.
Throughout his career, Strus for three. Oh,
They were bombing threes from downtown.
7 is the early Cavalier lead. Here's Garland again. Does he have a third? Merrill for the record. Got it.
A 43-point loss doesn't even do this beatdown justice. If Cleveland had kept their starters in, this might have been a 60-point massacre. Chapter 3, Monday night. Am I next? Monday night in the association was madness, dunks, daggers, and Ant-Man questioning reality. Over in Minneapolis, Malik Monk decided he wasn't afraid of no giants.
Edwards looking down low. Gobert. Oh, get it out of here. Malik met him at the apex.
Anthony Edwards was putting on a sidestep masterclass.
Edwards, beautiful step through and lays it up and in. He's in double figures with 10.
But when the game was on the line, DeMar stepped up.
Here comes Debo looking to get downhill. Oh, wow, Debo with the scoop and the skip. And there's that scowl, a little bit of scowl.
After the game, Ant-Man was still trying to wrap his head around the Luka trade.
At 25, they traded probably the best scorer in the NBA at 25. And he didn't know about it. So it's a lot more digging somebody got to do to find out why he got traded. Because you don't just trade him at 25. He just went to the finals, you know what I'm saying? So
Then he jokingly sent a message to his own team.
I'm scared. How you see the league? Yeah, I'm scared. Tim, hey, if you're going to trade me, let me know, dog.
The Sacramento Kings edged out the Timberwolves by 2 points after finalizing their Zach LaVine trade. Meanwhile, in Rip City, Devin Booker officially became the all-time leading scorer in Phoenix Suns history.
Book sets, fires. Suns scoring history has been booked. 10 years in the making. A record that stood for 38 years. Now one of 30 players to hold the mantle.
Now imagine if the Suns randomly traded Booker right after their finals run. Oh wait, that would never happen. Unless you're the Mavs. Luka could have had a similar milestone, but nope. Dallas decided to hit the surprise trade button instead. But for them, DeAndre Ayton activated his rare dominating mode.
7 to go, third quarter. Suns by 2, scoot up the floor. Up top, perfect position for DeAndre to snap the wrist.
Bradley Beal tried to be the hero, coming up with a clutch block to force OT.
Triggers the inbound. Simons blocked away. Oh, wow.
But once OT hit, Portland took over and secured a 2-point W, their 4th straight victory. Blazers fans, I know it's been rough, but y'all actually looking kinda nice lately. However, in New York, Amin Thompson decided it was violence o'clock.
Brunson's so smart. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, he just got Precious Achiuwa.
This kid attacks the rim like prime Russell Westbrook. Relentless, unapologetic, straight up disrespectful. But then Jalen Brunson said, enough of this. With the Knicks down 11 at the start of the 4th, Brunson activated takeover mode.
Physical game. Brunson sidestep, right-handed layup. Brunson sees an opening, goes inside, draws the foul, shot is good, and one.
In the final quarter, he dropped 17 points and led New York to the comeback win.
He's made all the big hoops now. A minute remaining. Brunson at 3. Bam! Jalen Brunson does it again. Timeout Rockets.
The Knicks pulled off a gutsy 6-point W over the Rockets, while the Wizards were running absolute riot on the Hornets.
Wow! Disturbing the peace in the Queen City.
Jalen Williams was out here playing defensive volleyball.
Johnson. Give me that. There's another block by J. Will.
Draymond Green turned into the human seatbelt and clamped up Paolo Banchero.
Pumping, putting it up. Draymond again. Stopped him again.
When we jetted to Motown, Cade Cunningham was having a rough night courtesy of the Great Barrier Thief.
Daniels against Cunningham with 8, 7. Poked away by Tyson Daniels.
But then, in classic Trae Young fashion, he turned into Ice Trae.
Beasley with the airtight defense. Step back, fire. Got it! A three-pointer for Trae. Timeout Detroit. How in the world did he get that shot off? And how in the world did he hit it?
It was one of those no, yes shots. Terrible shot selection? Maybe. But hey, if it goes in, who cares? 17 of Atlanta's last 19 points, single-handedly dragging the Hawks to a 2-point win over the Pistons and snapping their 8-game losing streak. But in Memphis, Castle went full demolition mode on Santi Aldama.
Castle. Oh! Castle elevating!
Area 51 made another connection.
Castle comes away with it. Off the backboard to Wemby!
At this rate, Fox better add to this duo and not get in the way, because these two are looking extraterrestrial. And while the Spurs were busy with intergalactic connections, the Grizzlies were putting on a show.
Throw ahead. GG with some showtime.
In the end, Memphis cruised to a dominant 19-point win over the Spurs. Chapter 4, Tuesday night, look who's here. Reality was optional on Tuesday night in the NBA. Luka's on the Lakers. The Nets pulled a heist. And Boston reminded everyone who runs the East. Over in Inglewood, the wildest plot twist of the NBA season was sitting courtside. Luka Doncic in Lakers gear, sitting on the bench. It still doesn't feel real.
Probably thought he was getting pranked.
It's like seeing Batman in a Marvel movie. Our brains just aren't built for this. And with Luka watching, LeBron James was locked in.
On a 7-0 run, LeBron James makes it a 10-0 run.
He looked rejuvenated, like he just discovered the fountain of youth.
Gets it right back. James fouled. It goes and one.
But then came Bronny's moment, finally hitting his first career NBA 3.
James for 3, looking for his first in the league, and that's it. His first made 3, Bronny James on the board.
The Lakers gave Luka a front row seat to a Clippers beatdown, thrashing their in-city rivals by 25 points. When we jetted to Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell was violating the Geneva Convention.
Just not thus far.
Donovan Mitchell brings the crank.
And when Porzingis tried to return the favor, Jarrett Allen was waiting for him.
Look out. Porzingis couldn't finish it. Jarrett Allen there to greet him.
But in the end, the Cavs just didn't have that guy to close the game. And guess who did? Derek freaking White.
Kick. White. Rimming in. Derek White. Yes, sir, from downtown.
Boston flexed their championship DNA down the stretch, locking in when it mattered most and securing a 7-point W, while the Trailblazers kept blazing.
Locally owned and operated McDonald's. There's Kamara up top, two-hand jam.
Jalen Brunson continued his nightly tradition of ruining teams in crunch time.
Here's Brunson from 3, knocks it down. Jalen Brunson from downtown extends the Knicks lead to 6, and the Raptors call timeout.
Matas Buzelis was making a name for himself.
Free throws on this. The Bulls have to inbound with 2 seconds left. Modest beating the buzzer for 3. What a night for the rookie.
But the wildest moment of the night, the Nets pulled off an actual miracle. 6 points in 4.7 seconds to steal a win from the jaws of defeat.
9.5 to go. Nets down 4. Owoma has to get it in. Finds Johnson a deep 3. Is good. It's a 1-point game with 6.9 to go. Inbound, stolen away. Russell, you bet. He got it. Nets lead.
Then in Philly, Embiid made his triumphant comeback, and his son, 4-year-old Arthur Embiid, was throwing down a dunk with a little boost. Somewhere Nico Harrison is probably brainstorming a trade package for him. Kyrie plus picks, anyone? Embiid was putting the Sixers on his back like he never left.
Who gets it to him? Joel Embiid up and in. The Sixers retake the lead.
But he wasn't the only one cooking. Max Christie had an insane Dallas return and was letting it fly from downtown.
Now Klay Thompson down to 9 to shoot. They leave Christie open and he makes them pay.
Still, the night belonged to Maxey, 6th consecutive 30-point game.
From his former Golden State days.
Embiid between the legs. Maxey.
Dude was shifting into Max Verstappen mid-game.
Very good as of late. Here's Tyrese Maxey. Past everybody, off the window, and down it goes. Maxey entire Mavericks team.
And Kyrie is still all about adjusting to new life without Luka.
You know, at the same time, we still have to acknowledge that, you know, our little Slovenian president is no longer here, and we got to adjust.
At the end of the night, though, Philly edged Dallas by 2 points to the delight of both fan bases. Chapter 5. Wednesday night. The Wemby Fox two-headed monster. Wednesday night in the NBA freed us from Jimmy Butler trade reports. Jimmy Buckets is out of Miami. The Heat sent Butler packing to the Golden State Warriors in exchange for Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson, and a protected first-round pick. But wait, this was a multi-team chaos fest. Dennis Schroeder headed to Utah and Kyle Anderson to Toronto. Dennis is getting passed around like a blunt.
We're lucky. Now it's a good team, at least.
A random fan was breaking this news to the Miami Heat bench mid-game.
We robbed them. First-round pick protected.
And Jaime Jaquez looked like he was already mentally packing his bags. Away from the trade saga and in Detroit, Max Strus had Jalen Duren questioning his entire career.
Back it goes to Strus. Strus down the lane. He thunders it home over Duren and draws the foul.
What an aggressive.
But then Jarrett Allen decided to set the most illegal screen ever.
Allen hands off to Garland. Garland will take some air out of this basketball. Whoa, brother, as Allen just really hammered one of the Pistons in Thompson. The Pistons quickly came over to have a word with Jared.
A lab-grown, GMO-infused, free-range, ethically sourced monster hit. But then Darius Frumfarland decided Detroit had suffered enough. Instead of giving us some fun overtime content, he did this.
Niang, back to Garland. Darius Garland over the timeline. Garland for the win. Oh! Darius with the dagger.
The Pistons crowd was emotionally destroyed as the Cavs walked out with a 3-point win. Over in Atlanta, De'Aaron Fox made his debut for the Spurs, and he did not disappoint.
Third most in the league. Fox drills it for his first Spurs bucket.
Meanwhile, Stephon Castle was playing like he was built in a basketball lab. Zero fear, zero hesitation.
Mamu. Castle. Oh! Castle! Welcome home, young king!
But the real storyline? The birth of the Fox-Wemby duo. This duo is going to be a problem.
Pops clutch, De'Aaron Fox. Wemby with the follow flush.
But the final sequence was straight up genius. Wemby pulled a 1000 IQ move at the free throw line, and the Hawks had no idea what was happening.
Because the Hawks are going to, that's what I'm talking about.
He missed it on purpose. Young has to put it up. That will count if it goes. It doesn't, and the Spurs survive the Hawks.
And just like that, the Spurs stole a 1-point win over the Hawks. While the Pels forgot that Nikola Jokic is one of the most lethal shooters in the league.
93. Jokic got it.
Michael Porter Jr. was putting on a show.
Murray back to Porter. He pulls and bangs home another one.
And apparently Toronto has decided to rebrand as Lob City.
Ahead now, ready to reverse slam. Off the steal.
However, in OKC, Isaiah Joe was beefing with the buzzer and winning.
Top Isaiah Joe. Long three-pointer at the buzzer. Nails the three.
But then came the real problem for Phoenix. Shavonte Asian Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA was unstoppable.
Oh, Gilgeous-Alexander goes up and throws it down.
He casually dropped 50, his third 50-piece in 2 weeks.
Hey, looking to double team him. Tiptoeing along. Now goes up, pulls up, jump shot. There it is. 50 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
If you didn't know SGA is a zip file, now you know. The Thunder turned the Suns into an afterthought, winning by 31 points. In Utah, we all learned a very important lesson. This is not Kuroko no basket. Apparently, the basketball cannot be punched.
They're saying the ball was punched. Steph punched it. The ball can't be punched. In a closed fist, you can't punch the ball. You can slap it. Steph was laughing.
But Walker Kessler was putting on a defensive masterclass.
Draymond blocked Kessler for the third time.
And Utah turned that defense into offense.
Keontae, the triple, got it.
The Jazz completed the late-game rally and handed the Warriors a 3-point L. Chapter 6, Thursday night. Who's laughing now? Someone get Dennis Schroeder a frequent flyer card, a moving truck, and a therapist. 1 minute he is signing a lease in San Francisco. The next he is told he has been traded to Utah. And even before landing, he's redirected to Detroit. Bro is literally a human travel package at this point. Django Schroeder really tempted fate with that modern slavery comment.
Get the f out of my chat, alright? Everybody get the f out of my chat. I'm just playing.
And then we got the All-Star Draft. Tell me this wasn't pre-planned. Old heads versus new blood versus Team International? Chuck's team is basically Towers of Babel. All length, no translators. Meanwhile, in La La Land, LeBron James clearly still takes Warriors matchups personally.
LeBron James, vintage LeBron at 40 years of age, set up beautifully.
It seems Luka instantly activated LeBron's fifth prime.
Last two possessions, James from the same spot.
Bro saw a 25-year-old MVP caliber talent next to him and suddenly de-aged like Benjamin Button.
Even more impressive than his. Okay, from the logo.
The Warriors were getting smoked so badly. Jimmy Butler might have called Pat Riley just to say, "My bad," but give Curry some credit. He was doing his best out there.
Curry, little floater, a finger roll.
LeBron, meanwhile, was having way too much fun.
LeBron having some fun, 42 points. And LeBron James adding to it.
King James finished with 42 points and the Lakers walked away with an 8-point W. When we landed in Minneapolis, it became painfully obvious that Dillon Brooks learned absolutely nothing from his run-in with LeBron.
Oh my, oh my. Dillon Brooks is just trying to get him to the
crowd. They love the animosity. This is a Bruin rivalry. Brooks gets under the skin of everybody.
And Ant was not having it.
On an island, step back three. Yes! Right in his grill. Blitz the D. Down the lane. Off balance. Put it in. Houdini.
Anthony Edwards became the youngest player to reach 1,000 made three-pointers in NBA history.
Edwards, long range three. Cash! The 1,000th three-pointer of his career.
Meanwhile, Terrence Shannon Jr. decided to unleash chaos.
Shannon with the hammer. Oh, they're going to learn about his leaping ability.
Then, because this game was already unhinged, Naz Reid and Jock Landale got into it.
Whitmore, blocked by McDaniels. Landale has it, tied up by Reid, snags it away, pushed by Landale. Everyone on their feet. We got a battle.
And while all that chaos was happening, Alperen Sengun was giving Rudy Gobert a lesson in the post.
Spinning! Sengun just worked over Gobert!
When it was all said and done, Ant-Man was a happy man after sending the Rockets home with a 13-point L, while Tyrese was collecting ankles like Infinity Stones.
He's literally hobbling. He's spraying his ankle.
Dude had defenders moving like a glitched Madden animation. The Portland Trail Blazers continued their reign of terror across the league.
Simons between the wickets, sidestep into a tree. Watch from long range.
Over in Boston, Klay Thompson was playing like it was 2016 again.
Oh, this is vintage. Vintage Klay.
He has been a flamethrower to start this one.
Then there was Maximus Prime continuing his rise like a stock that nobody invested in early.
Good, count it. Pretty play by Max Christie.
Kyrie Irving, on the other hand, was playing like it was personal.
36. Irving spinning free. Got it. Hard shot by Kyrie.
And let's be honest, nobody in this league pads their stats in garbage time better than Peyton Pritchard. Bro is a Hall of Famer in the final 30 seconds of blowouts.
The move, they let him go through. And Edwards with a knock away, and Pritchard finishes off.
But for the first time in what feels like 100 years, Kyrie actually left TD Garden with a win as the Mavs took it by 7 points. Chapter 7, Friday night. Gimme that. Wemby blocked a grown man like he was swatting a toddler. Jordan Poole threw a 45-point pool party, and Trae Young played defense. Friday night in the association was unhinged. In Charlotte, LaMelo Ball was in full Showtime mode as usual.
Shot clock down to 4.
But then, Wembanyama reminded us all that life isn't fair. This wasn't just a block, this was a dad block.
Quan Jeffries, blocked by Wemby, and he didn't even jump.
And speaking of zero mercy, Devin Vassell was all violence, no hesitation.
Clock at 3. Vassell splits defenders. Vassell wants it all.
Meanwhile, Stephon Castle was out there looking like he's been in the league for 5 years.
Back into the game. 8-minute mark, fourth quarter. Castle, a long one, is good, and a new career high for Steph Castle.
The kid is special. But then came the NBA's favorite type of game, pure late-game chaos.
Fox keeps. Fox dances. Fox hits it! Timeout, Charlotte. Sohan in front of him. LaMelo. Corner 3!
Tough night for Fox. Luckily for Charlotte, they walked away with the 1-point win. Over in Motown, the Detroit Pistons came out swinging. No Cade Cunningham, no problem.
Marcus with an up fake and a shot. He hits it as time runs out.
And because Philly can't go a single game without drama, Joel Embiid and Kelly Oubre Jr. got into a heated argument on the bench.
Some impassioned conversation on the sideline.
Brotherly love or a toxic relationship? You decide. Then came the Tobias Harris revenge game. If he was waiting for a moment to remind Philly what they lost, this was it.
Great pass, Stu to Tobias.
The Pistons took care of business and walked away with a 13-point W, while Grayson Allen was playing hero.
O'Neal fires over the top. Grayson gets one away. Bucket! We're tied, 122.
Bam Airways was cleared for takeoff.
Hero lobbing for Ben. Look out below.
Jordan Poole was throwing a full-on pool party.
The other night on the road. Behind the back pass by Poole to Holmes. Counted and one.
A.J. Johnson saw what was happening and decided to join in on the festivities.
Oh, there it is.
AJ, I told you. There it is. Got bounced.
Chet Holmgren finally made his return after what felt like an eternity, and immediately he was a defensive fortress.
Barnes went up there. Not happening on Chet's watch.
Meanwhile, in Atlanta, Kyle Kuzma made his Bucks debut.
Well, Kyle Kuzma driving. There's your float game, and the float game is the way he gets his first points.
But the real headliner, Mo Gueye, turned into a SWAT team. Dude was blocking everything.
The locker room. What a block by Mohamed Gay.
Then came two-way Trey. Trae Young had one of those nights where he reminded everyone he's not just a scorer. He's a problem on both ends.
Trent going in, and Trey comes down, got all ball.
The Hawks were down by 21 points, but pulled off a ridiculous comeback to beat the Bucks by 5. Anyways, wherever you are in the world, be the GOAT of that moment. Stay GOATed.